Welcome to the Fast Mode podcast series. I'm Tara Neil, and with me today is Derek Chim, Head of Startup Ecosystem and Development at Hong Kong Science and Technology Parks Corporation, also known as HKSTP. HKSTP is one of the world's leading innovation and technology ecosystems that drives bold ideas into global impact. Home to over 2,200 tech companies from 25 regions, 14 unicorns, and 10 world-first innovations, it is dedicated to powering the future through a united force of visionaries committed to changing the world for better. With over 20 years of leadership in tech and business under his belt, and as a startup entrepreneur himself, Derek is a master in turning innovation into impact and bridging startups with investment and partnership. If you are growing your startup, looking for funding, exploring R&D capabilities, or expanding into new markets, whether from Asia to the West or vice versa, this is an interview you won't want to miss. So let's hear more from Derek on why Hong Kong is the perfect launchpad for entrepreneurs ready to scale. Welcome, Derek. Great to have you on today's episode.
Thank you. Welcome.
Awesome. Okay, so to start, how critical is connectivity in powering digital transformation across today's smart cities? And what exciting trends or breakthroughs are you seeing in relation to the startups you are supporting?
Right. To start with, how critical is connectivity? I think connectivity is really the backbone of any smart cities or tech innovations, regardless whether you're mobility, energy, public services, or urban planning. None of this really work without connecting the infrastructure, people, device systems all together. And also, we are not talking about just the dumb connectivity. Right now, we are talking about intelligently connected. So this is actually very exciting. According to GSMA, by 2030, APAC actually we have around 1.4 billion 5G connections. The IMF also mentioned that 60% in APAC organization, they're going to adopt AI. So this is actually a really, really good opportunities to drive the connectivities. And as we know, Asia Pacific is actually the heart of a lot of smart cities. The digital transformation collect a lot of data. AI serve as the brain, the device serve as the body, and the connectivity actually serve as the critical circulatory systems to ensure the smooth and efficient data flow. Now, looking at Science Park HKSTP, we are very proud that we are actually in the forefront of the connectivity innovations. I'll just give you two examples of our startups. The first one is called E6 Limited. It is actually a solutions in high-stack environment that require really low latency and pervasive connectivity in factory floors and the port terminals and mining sites. This company, they provide solutions to enable the interoperability of all different types of network connections from 5G, 4G, fixed line, Wi-Fi, and satellites. So it provides one ultra-reliable low-latency channel for all industry operations. The second example is L-type technologies. We have a lot of automated guided vehicles right now and robots, and to smart sensor and real-time monitoring system everywhere right now. This L-type technology, they have the so-called super Wi-Fi technology. They can automatically fine-tune those signal paths in a real time to ensure the pathway for those connections are uninterrupted. So this actually shows that it's very critical to have such connectivity to ensure all these innovations are working very well. As to the emerging trends and breakthroughs, you asked it, I see there are three big trends going on.
Okay.
The first thing is the smart warehouse powered by robotics and reliable connectivity. The second is the rise of digital twins. And last but not least is the public safety powered by IoT. On the smart warehouse, like I mentioned earlier, the logistic robot market is booming right now. We are talking about 16% annual growth through 2030. companies like LTI I just mentioned, they offer the industry-grade super Wi-Fi with ultra-fast handover speed that actually empower such cases. On the digital twins, as we know, Asia Pacific digital twin market is huge and growing very fast. They will reach 11 billion by 2026. That digital twins allow the constructions, allow a lot of systems. They are able to run and simulate the different possibilities and the different operation needs with the data without being on site. They actually improve the construction and property management. On public safety, we need actually the real-time emergency response on a lot of different scenarios. Companies like E6, I mentioned earlier, they provide reliable connectivity solutions. And one example is E6, they also partner with one of the other startup in Science Park called IQA to maintain the marine safety for remote yachts. To combine both solutions, they will be leveraging IQA's ultrasonic detection technology together with E6 to ensure the monitoring of real-time conditions across multiple locations, and thus will be able to trigger the emerging responses. So these are the three areas, three trends that I see the connectivities there going on.
Wow, that's really insightful and really pretty interesting stuff. That the trends, especially that you just mentioned, smart warehousing, digital twins, and public safety, three areas that are growing. And it's great that you have innovations happening in this place. Okay, so let's now talk about HKSTP. What are some of the latest opportunities you are leveraging to tap into the global market? And are there any standout startups in connectivity or digital transformation joining these global programs?
Right. So at HKSTP, our mission is to help the startup to scale and succeed in the core of what we're doing. So we basically help them to open up the international opportunities and give them the real exposure and tractions in the overseas market. For example, in March this year, we brought 24 pioneer tech startups to Mobile World Congress. With that, they are able to attract over 7,500 visitors, and they are able to secure over 4 million euro potential revenue during the show. We also have some other partnership with Advantage Austria. Austria is actually a foreign trade promotion organization on an initiative called Go Austria program. With that program, we have been bringing over 20 startups in the past. And this program, they are aiming to connect the startup with the local ecosystems there, connect the investors there, and also provide a matching opportunity for them. So this is what we are doing there. There are some examples that we have been working on this Go Austria program that we achieve certain exciting results. For example, there are a company called Reunite in the Go Austria program. They finalized a partnership with the European art company to leverage their 3D and art tech to enhance the art appreciation experience. And then we have another E3A healthcare company, technologies. In this Go Austria program, they not only secure 1 million euros in the R&D grants, as well as they have secured some strategic collaborations with Austria's medical tech company there. And lastly, there an example like Manifold Tech. They joined the program. They also are able to secure distributors, system integrators in Europe for them to expand their business. So these are the examples of what we have been doing through these European partners to expand our startups globally.
Okay, well, that's really amazing. So what is HKSTP's strategy for nurturing connectivity innovators? What types of resources, technically, financially, or strategically, do you provide to help them to scale?
Okay, so in terms of how we help them, there are three core areas we help them. First is the technical enablement. In Science Park, we have the world-class R&D facilities. We have some additional initiatives allow them to leverage the facilities as well as the test lab and advanced manufacturing facility for them to do the prototyping, validate and stress test their technologies in the area of edge computing, satellite connectivity, and network integrations. We also have the high-performance computing infrastructure to allow them to leverage the advanced computing power to accelerate the simulations on the critical data. Then, other than this technical advancement, we offer them the business support. Is consisting of two parts. One is we have multiple funding programs to support all these startups at different stages. For example, if you are just a founder with an innovative idea, you can join our ideation program, which is a 12-month program to help them to form team, form company, and develop the business plan. We offer them 100,000 Hong Kong dollars as a seed funding. And then going on, when they have these minimum viable products, they want to productize it. They want to actually find their first market and customers. They can join our incubation program, which is a 3-year program where we provide another 1.29 million Hong Kong dollars in these 3 years to help them to productize and find their product market fit. Going next, they can join our acceleration program. It's a 2-year program. When they have this first product, first customer, how do they scale beyond the local market? How do we actually do more fundraising? And this acceleration program will focus on getting them to scale and helping them to find the additional investors. So these are the sort of funding programs to help them to incubate and grow a little bit further. In Science Park, we have another additional business support is actually the corporate venture fund. It's a fund in Science Park. We invest on them to provide them additional money for them to scale throughout the processes. So these are the business support part. And last but not least, the third components for us to help them is, like I mentioned earlier, is the provide global access for them. So we connect them to the corporate partners, government stakeholders, and the global accelerators. In addition to connecting them, we also have special initiative to push them to realize what they want to achieve. For example, we have the Global Booster Program where we send the teams to the countries or the regions they want to scale their business. In Global Booster, last year we kickstarted the first US booster in Silicon Valley. And over the 6 months, we sent 5 startups there, and we provide them the connectivities and the local ecosystem resources. And after that 6 months, they are able to secure over $50 million in terms of contract and investments in the US. And this year we are doubling the numbers that we are sending another 9 companies to the Silicon Valleys. So ultimately, the support that we are providing them is we are creating the right launch conditions for the staff to develop their technology and market their solution to the right ecosystems.
Well, that's really interesting, the way, how your support, especially, what you lastly mentioned about the Global Booster Program and how it actually drives revenue for the players, especially new players in the industry. Okay, so looking ahead, what role do you see Hong Kong playing in global digital transformation? And how is HKSTP helping startups expand globally, particularly into Western markets?
Okay, so from Hong Kong perspective, I think Hong Kong, we have 3 very core advantages for the startups. First of all, in terms of talents, Hong Kong is home to 5 world-ranked universities out of the top QS 100s. Wow. And we have 2 top 40 medical schools. So in terms of talent pipelines, is ready here to try to support the innovators here. And we also have a huge networks in Hong Kong. Hong Kong is small, but we have a lot of ecosystem partners here. Like for example, we have in Science Park, we have over 500 corporate partners and over 1,000 investor networks. These networks are really ready here to support the startups, the tech companies coming to Hong Kong. And last but not least is the infrastructure. As I mentioned earlier, we have a lot of facilities. We have a lot of supercomputer resources. And here, we also have some research centers supported by government, like in Hong Kong, which provide a lot of resources. And the professors research to support the translation of those innovations. So these are three fundamentals advantages of Hong Kong. And in terms of Science Park, we have 3 areas that we are helping these tech companies to leverage Hong Kong's advantages. Firstly is the financial side. Like I mentioned earlier, we have the fundings, right? But in Hong Kong, actually, we are the top 4 global IPO fundraising market in 2024. So the market here is very supportive, and tech companies, if they want to go IPO, is actually a great place for them to land here. And also, we have a very great financial policy to support that on the financial support side. As you know, in Hong Kong, we have no capital gain tax, no VAT, no dividend tax. So that is very attractive to people who want to do leading-edge research. And location-wise, Hong Kong is really ideal as an international launchpad and platform to attract the tech companies to Hong Kong, as well as integrate together with the Greater Bay Areas. We all know Shenzhen and Greater Bay Area, they are the hub of manufacturing and supply chain on a lot of technology resources. So the location here allow them to do quick prototype manufacturing and scale the solution quickly by integrating the resources with the Greater Bay Area. Last but not least is Hong Kong is a really they offer a trusted environment for the innovators. So speaking of IP protections and framework is actually very common here, that people, when they have the innovations, we have the laws and regulations to help safeguard their IP. Okay. And then Hong Kong is actually ranked number 8 globally in this area by the World Competitiveness Yearbook. So this is the environment to enable the innovators to create their innovations without worrying the IP. For Science Park, now we talk about all these macro advantages of Hong Kong. In Science Park, like I mentioned earlier, our mission is to support the staff to go global, right? So apart from the MWC and Go Austria I mentioned earlier, we also help the staff to go other regions, like in the US. This year we brought 47 tech companies to CES 2025. And we even won 3 innovation award there in the CES. We also, other than this international events, I also mentioned about the global boosters, right? So other than exposing their innovations, we have the special program to allow them to stay there for a period of time to drive their business development and fundraising activities. We also have some events like innovation mixer events where we will talk to the industry player, the universities and business partners globally, explaining the advantages of Hong Kong to help them to grow, as well as explaining them how our startup can work together with them to co-create solutions and business in their regions as well.
Wow. Brilliant. I mean, it's impressive how you guys are helping companies, in Hong Kong drive visibility for all the products and solutions, and also at the same time accelerating innovation and bringing advanced solutions to the whole world, basically. So everyone's benefiting from what you guys are doing. So I think with that, we have come to the end of the session. So thank you, Derek, for joining us today and also for sharing all these brilliant insights.
Thank you very much.
And to everyone tuning in, thank you guys for listening. If you want to learn more, visit www.hkstp.org and follow us for more updates and insights as we continue to uncover the latest in technology and telecommunications. See you in our next session. Bye-bye.